Hello, hello, hello. So welcome everyone to Permanent Millionaire. Thank you very much for joining this masterclass. And I have been doing this for almost 15 years. I've been teaching and coaching this content for 15, 16 years, and I have always done it for free. I have never charged to give this course out, and I've tried to help as many people as possible. I think I have given this class to about more than 10,000 people during this time. And let me tell you a little history about me first. I was born in Mexico City. I was born to probably two of the best human beings to ever live on planet Earth. My dad and my mom were very, very nice human beings. My dad was a very successful entrepreneur. He had three huge companies in the office supply business, and he had more than 3,500 employees before he sold his companies. And my dad was always worried that I would lose all the money that he made. So he started sending me to people that really knew how to preserve money and preserve wealth. And he first sent me to Chicago to talk to his lawyer and some advisors. And I really got hooked into this subject. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I started digging in more and more about this subject, and then started creating this course, and that I'm going to share a little bit with you, some tidbits that I hope you enjoy today. Now, most rich people have several sources of income. And the more sources of income you have coming in, the richer you will be. And let me explain. 65% of all the millionaires in the world have three different sources of income. 45% of millionaires have four sources of income, and 29% of millionaires have five or more sources of income. So right now I have to ask yourself, how many sources of income do you currently have yourself right now? If the answer is less than three, we need some work in order to get you to a path of financial freedom. Here's another ugly stat. For really rich people, which I consider people that have $20 million in liquid net wealth, that means liquid means stuff that is not your home or your business, etc. Something that can convert it into cash in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes. That means with your thumb. 96% of the families that have $20 million of liquid net wealth after end up with nothing after 3 generations. And we consider each generation 20 years. Remember, people that have $20 million of liquid net wealth probably have another 20 or 30 million in homes, boats, businesses, etc. So these are really rich people. And that's why when you look at the Forbes list of today, and you go back 10 years and 20 years and 30 years, the names of that list are totally different. For the exception of the Waltons, the people who own Walmart. They have really been very smart with their money and have kept their wealth. Okay, let me see what's going on. And here we have, sorry for the technical glitch. Sorry about this. This slide doesn't want to show. Doesn't, I don't know why. So here is the pyramid of the 1%. And this is very, very sad and very troubling for me. So take a look at this. 64% of the people in the whole world, 64%, don't have a wealth of $10,000. And here I'm not talking about liquid wealth. I'm talking about all the wealth, their iPhone, their shoes, their house, everything that they own. 64% of the people in the whole world do not have $10,000 of wealth. Then we go to the next step on the pyramid. People that have between $10,000 and $100,000 of wealth, once again, including their homes, their everything, that's another 26.6% of the people in this world that do not have this amount of money. So we're talking about 91 to 92% of the people in this world have less than $100,000 of net wealth. This is a very sad statistic, and that's why there's a lot of wealth inequality in this world. And then we can go further up on the pyramid. People that have $100,000 to $1 million of net wealth, that is another 8.7%, and that takes us to the famous 1%. So the famous 1% of the people in this world, people that have a net wealth of $1 million or more, it's only 42 million people in the whole world. Only 42 million people in the whole world have $1 million of wealth. And remember, that includes their home and everything. And it's a very sad situation. So, let me see. The goal of Permanent Millionaire is to raise your financial IQ. And what do I mean by financial IQ? Financial IQ to me is having a little bit more money the next month than the month before. A person who has an elevated financial IQ will have more money the following month than the month before, and a person with zero financial IQ will have less money in the following month. And that's unfortunately a lot of people. Now let's talk about a little bit about income and the different types of income. There are two types of income, earned income and passive income. Earned income is normally the income that you get in exchange for your work, meaning your job, your salary. Here, if you don't work, you don't earn, because normally companies do not pay people that don't work. And how can you improve your earned income? Well, here I cannot do anything about it. Here, this earned income is normally based in your education, in your profession, in your skill set. So people who want to increase their earned income normally study medicine or law or finance, and because these are the type of jobs that have a higher earned income potential. But guess what? Having a high earned income doesn't mean you're going to become a millionaire. And now let's talk about passive income. Passive income, it's a much different type of income. It's actually income you get every month, even if you don't work. I know it sounds like magic, but it's not magic. You can really have income coming in every month without having to do any work. And I want to ask you guys, put in the chat, what do you prefer to have, earned income or passive income? It's an interesting thought. Now, let's get into our master's class title. Normally, millionaires have 7 different income streams, right? And I'm going to explain each one of these income streams. Number 1 is earned income. Like we were talking about it, it's income that that comes from your job and your salary. And this is based on your education and skill set. The other six sources of income are based on your financial IQ. And if you don't have any or all of these sources of income, then we need to improve your financial IQ. Actually, I have a challenge for my kids that I haven't told them. So when they finish college, I want to have a challenge that in the next 5 years, they should have all of these 7 different income streams so they can be well on their way to financial freedom. The second source of income are dividends. Dividends normally are money you receive from a company that you don't work at, or stocks that you own. When you own stocks, you own ownership in a company, and they normally pay a dividend. A very simple example of this would be the stock of AT&T. If you have $29, you could own a stock of AT&T, and AT&T pays you $2.45 a year of dividends. So that's about 8%. So if you have $29 in your pocket right now, that I hope everyone does, you could buy 1 share of AT&T and you could be on your way to receiving dividend income. Now, dividend income, is it earned income or passive income? What do you guys think? You guessed right. Dividend income is passive income because you don't have to do anything to receive the dividends. When you buy a share of AT&T in the stock market, AT&T will deposit the money in your account without you having to do anything. Now let's talk about capital gains. Capital gains is something that happens when you sell an investment for a profit. Let's say you bought a house for $1 million, and 5 years later, you sell that house for $1.5 million. So that $500,000 difference from where you bought it and the time when you sold it, that is considered capital gains. And so a lot of people like to play for capital gains instead of dividends. And my suggestion here is the younger you are, the more you should be focusing on capital gains, because you have a lot of time to recuperate in case things go bad, and you need more time to generate more income for your retirement. The fourth source of income for millionaires is interest. Unfortunately, since the financial crisis of 2008, interest rates have been very, very low. Interest rates in Europe actually are negative, and now in the US are below 1%. So interest is something you receive when you lend out money to somebody else. You could lend money to the bank. That means when you deposit your money in a savings account, what you're doing is lending the bank money. You can lend a personal friend or somebody that you know money. You can lend money to a corporation by purchasing their bonds, or you can lend money to the government by purchasing their securities, like, for example, the US Treasuries. And unfortunately, right now, the interest you're going to get is very, very small. Even on junk bonds, which are the most risky of the corporate bonds, are paying 4% and below. So right now, I don't think it's a great time to focus on interest income. Now, the fifth source of income is rental income. Is money that you get normally from real estate that you own. It could be either residential real estate or commercial real estate. And let's say you buy a condo in New Zealand. And so I could visit over there, and I want to make some money while I'm not there. So I would put it up on Airbnb and rent my condo out and get some money that way. So that rent that I receive is a passive income based on property that I own. Now, the sixth source of income that most millionaires have is profits from a business or a side hustle. For example, this course, for us, some of us will become our main source of income. But right now, for most of us here, it's a side hustle. It's an extra income that we want. And most millionaires have, believe it or not, have a lot of side hustles. For example, movie stars do interviews and promote different products, and even leaders of industry have side businesses that they do a consulting, or they are servant board members of other people in order to receive different sources of income. And the last income source that millionaires have is actually the hardest source of income to create, because it's based on your intellectual property. It's based on your mind. And you guys, by creating an online course or an online service, are creating IP, intellectual property. And you could create a cartoon character, write a book, write a song, create a YouTube channel, create an online course that you have created, and then start receiving this type of income. This type of income at the beginning is not passive income, because it takes a lot of work to create intellectual property and royalty income. But once the product is created and you start getting money in, then this type of income converts from earned to passive income, which is absolutely incredible. Now, if you want to become a millionaire and you want to learn how to become a millionaire, I have created this unbelievable masterclass course online. And let me run you through the 7 modules that I have created. These 7 modules constitute around 3 hours of unbelievable financial content, and that definitely will raise your financial IQ and set you in a path to becoming financially free. The first module, we're talking about the millionaire mindset. And here I want to brainwash you guys, because most millionaires think very differently from normal people. And it's not that difficult, but it does take a little bit of mind bending and understanding some concepts that you need to do every single day in order to become a millionaire. Then we're going to learn about the differences between wealth and income and how to increase both of them. On the third chapter, I want to raise your financial IQ. And like I mentioned before, your financial IQ means that you are a little bit richer every single month. Not less rich, but a little bit rich every single month. That's the way you raise your financial IQ. And I will teach you how to do that. And on chapter number 4, we will build a high-performance financial action plan that you can easily implement in your daily lives and take actions that will set you on the correct path. On chapter number 5, I'll teach you how to bulletproof your money and avoid the most common deadly sins and things you should avoid in order to get rich and become a millionaire. And chapter number 6 is one of my favorites because it's something that I created. It's called Capsimpiga. Capsimpiga is a formula that I have created that if you follow this formula, it will make you rich. And in chapter number 7, I will set up a very clear roadmap that you can do right now to take action in order to set yourself on a path to financial freedom. The course that I teach, like I mentioned, there are over 30 classes divided in 7 modules, more than 3 hours of unbelievable content. The price for this course is $999. And I have created a promo for everybody attending the webinar today. And I have given a 50% discount, and you can buy the course right now for $499 for anyone attending the course. And as an additional bonus, I will give you 15 minutes of a personal consultation and a training call with me. if you want to have some more knowledge how to implement the course and maybe give you some bonus content that you can use in your lives. If you're interested in purchasing this course, you can send money via PayPal to my email, trehan@grupobusca.com right now, as the online course is almost ready to be launched. And it's not ready yet, but it soon will be. Or you can write me your email on the chat, and I'll send you the link to purchase the course directly. In order to have access to this 50% discount and the 15-minute consultation, you will need to act now in the next 15 minutes, and then you will have the opportunity to purchase this course at this hugely discounted price. And let me tell you, several corporations have paid me $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 just to give this class to their employees and to their members. So I really believe this is a huge bargain, and it will really improve your financial IQ 100%. I also have a 30-day money-back guarantee that anybody who purchases the course and is not happy, you have the right to get your money back if I didn't provide the value that I promised in this webinar. So that is the information right now that I wanted to give you on the course, and I'm ready to take any questions and comments. And if you'd like to make me a question, please feel free to unmute yourself, and I will be by order answering people's questions. Thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate you joining me today. It means a lot to me, and I also I will try to support you guys on your own individual webinars as well. Please, let's start the questions. Anyone has a question for me? Nikki, go ahead.
Hi, Tony, how are you? First of all, awesome seminar, and you have a great offering. I really appreciate what you're teaching. I have a question about real estate. Where are you based?
I am based in one of the most expensive cities in the world, Mexico City.
That's what I thought. Okay. So can you give me a little bit of an idea of the possibilities of investing in Mexico City? I don't know Mexico, I know the US. Can I buy property as, you know, I'll just call it expat, though I won't be moving there. Can I buy investment properties, and what would be my, what would my returns look like? Is it a good investment?
Yeah, you know, the only restriction you have to invest in Mexican real estate is if you want to buy something right on the ocean, because the Mexican Constitution, as the beach and the ocean is a border, the government doesn't like to have foreigners own borderland. So the way they got around to it, they create 99-year trusts like they do in England, and then you can buy an oceanfront property that is owned by the trust, and you are the beneficiary of the trust. And normally returns in Mexico historically have been between 6 and 11% annually. And right now, because of COVID, not only in the US, believe it or not, real estate has skyrocketed after COVID, but in Mexico, actually, it's gone down a lot. So it's a very good opportunity right now to invest in real estate. Not only in Mexico, but in many other countries, I would say, with the exception of the US.
Thank you. And my second and last question is, because it's COVID-19 time with the 7 steps of income or wealth building, what would you suggest somebody start with first?
Well, I like to win battles one at a time. So of the 7 sources of income, the easiest one to get is dividend income. Because if you have a finger and you can click on a computer, you can buy stock. And you can buy a stock in companies like I mentioned, AT&T, Verizon, McDonald's, etc. Companies that pay dividends. And with very little money, you can already start receiving some dividend income immediately. And of course, all of us that are doing this course is a side hustle for us. And that's another source of income that you can have. And most of you already have a job and you already have earned income. So actually, from the 7 different sources of income, you already have quite a bit, quite a nice array of incomes. And you, like I said, you must have all 7 sources of income in order to truly be a millionaire, a permanent millionaire. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Anyone else have a question for me? Okay.
Hello, Uncle Tony. This is from Little Tony. I had a question. Yes. So you were saying about stocks. That's a good way to earn income. I'm honestly a little bit afraid about investing because I heard like my let's see, my wife's grandfather, he invested in stocks and really it ended up hurting him a lot somehow. And so I always thought that maybe stocks isn't a really good way for me. Probably real estate is better. But would you say, like, do you think, can stocks be pretty risky, or what do you think, I guess?
Seiji, let me tell you something. The riskiest thing you can do in life is not invest. Stocks like Tesla right now, for example, of course, Tesla is super risky because Tesla is worth more than all the other car makers right now in the world because of this frenzy that Tesla has been up 500% just this year. So if you're buying Tesla right now, because everybody's talking about Tesla, then I would say, yeah, that's risky. But but buying solid companies that pay dividends and that have constantly increased their dividends is not risky whatsoever. And and you should not go all in on stocks, all in on real estate, all in on your side hustle. The key is to have a diversified source of income that you can generate money in all 7. But stocks are actually one of the best and easiest ways to get started in investing. And you should not be afraid. You should be afraid not to invest in the stock market. And that's my suggestion. For example, I know I was giving this course to a private group of ladies, and these ladies all came into my office having Prada handbags and Hermes handbags that cost $2,000 or $3,000, and they were not scared of spending $3,000 on a handbag. But shit, ask them to buy a $30 AT&T stock, and they're scared to death. And so if you're not scared of buying a $3,000 handbag, you shouldn't be scared of buying something very, very solid like AT&T or McDonald's or Walmart stock. So that is my suggestion. And people spend stupid amount of money on different things and without even thinking. But when it comes to investing, everybody's scared. So get over your fears, Seiji, and Monday night, like we say in Japanese.
Thank you. I see. Okay. And maybe just one more question. So your course, and I guess it works for pretty much anybody in any part of the world, like even in Japan, right?
Of course. I don't know if I mentioned, I lived in Japan after I finished my master's. And
That's right. Yes.
I love Japan. It's after Mexico and the US, I would say Mexico, the US, and Japan are my favorite 3 countries in the world. And of course, this is basic financial IQ. It works in any, my course works for any country, for any culture, because what I teach is financial IQs, and it works even better in countries that have less financial IQ, like I would say Mexico, because here you would have less competition. And even in the US, you know, half of the US population doesn't even have $500 saved. So it works very well in very developed countries like the US, and it works very good in not so developed countries. And Japan, especially now with the population aging, And there's going to be huge opportunities to grab really good real estate in Japan that that is going to, they're not making any more land in Japan. So especially real estate, I think in Japan, it's a great opportunity.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, that's very informative.
Thank you, Seijin, for your question. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Does somebody else have a question for me? Very well. If not, once again, if you'd like to purchase my course, I know it's a lot more expensive than the courses that everybody is selling, but I promise you that my course it's a real huge bargain. And just put your email in the chat if you're interested, and I'll send you the availability. And I really appreciate everybody's time today to join the seminar. This is a subject that I'm really passionate about. I love teaching people how to make money. I love helping people raise their financial IQ. And that's my goal here. For a small, relatively small investment, I will definitely change your lives and your finances for the rest of your lives, your families, and you will be happy that you did this. So go get it. And remember, you got to risk it to get the biscuit. Thank you very much. And very good. So I'll catch you guys a little later on the accelerator class. I really appreciate everybody, Nunu, Nikki, Mateo, Adrian, Seijin, everybody for joining the course. You guys are the best. Thank you for supporting me today. And I hope I will support you guys in your upcoming webinars. Please don't forget to DM me directly because I have so many things going on that remind me of your webinar. I will be there 100% to support you guys. Thank you so much, and good luck, and God bless you all.